So, this is the first time that I'm making a video without feeling particularly motivated to. I just normally when I record, I really feel a strong urge to record. But today, I'll just talk about my day. Today, my day has been pretty normal. There's a scale. I have actually my computer here this time. There's this scale that I haven't been doing, which I should be doing. Basically, my dad sent me. So my dad is a big podcast guy, and I know nowadays that can be a bit, I don't know. I think podcast guys have a worse reputation now, but my dad's been an OG podcast guy for my whole life, pretty much. And he really likes Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss, big author guy, big podcaster guy, one of the OGs, so to speak. And he had an interview with Jim Collins. And I don't know who Jim Collins is, but he has this spreadsheet. So he has 3 columns. The first column says what happened today. The second column is the number of creative hours you had in the day. And the third column is to rate the day on a scale of -2 to 2, with 2 being the best, -2 being the worst. Today, overall, the day would probably be a 0. It started off fine, woke up, I had to reschedule an appointment, a doctor's appointment, but that was okay. I got my FAFSA done. But the majority of my time I spent just vegged out, watching some, well, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this, but, this is for me and for me alone, so I don't care. And maybe it's good to be a little bit embarrassing sometimes. I think it's important to say, first of all, it's a disclaimer, I don't play games. I don't play games anymore, but I do watch Valorant matches, and I don't know, I don't know why I enjoy watching Valorant matches, but I watch them, so I spent most of the day just doing that. Right now it's the EMEA, just group stage, pretty much, before the Champions event at the end of the summer. Anyways, I watched that, then I watched a little bit of just some YouTube, which I'll talk about later. So essentially, it wasn't so good of a day. The time that I tried to spend drawing was very disjointed and, didn't accomplish too much. So it was a little bit disappointing on my part. In terms of creative hours, I would give myself 25 to 30 minutes at most, which is pretty bad. According to Jim Collins, you need 1,000 hours every 365-day cycle. So I should have put in at least 3 hours today, but that's okay. I'm going to, in an hour, I'm going to go visit a friend, then visit a cemetery, and go do a figure drawing. So that's gonna be fun. And that will fulfill some of my creative hours, and it'll be meaningful. But yeah, right now the day is a 0. But pretty much after watching a video essay, I felt a little bit empty, a little bit, drained, even though I hadn't done anything. Just sitting and thinking and feeling very useless. So I decided to channel a feeling that I've had previously by watching one of my previous videos, and that's what spurred me to record this. I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore in that video, my favorite college shirt, and in that video I was talking about Calvino's novel, If on a Winter's Night a Traveler. And if you watch that video, I am just stunned by the book. I think it was like right after I finished it, or yeah, pretty soon after I finished it. It was an extraordinary book. I really need to reread it. And I was really, really happy at seeing myself really happy and caring about something a lot. Because I haven't been really feeling that way about my art recently. I'm all over the place right now. This will probably be a random talk video. Well, anyway. Yeah, I really don't want to like go too deep into something, reach a conclusion, then end, or achieve any sort of catharsis or end point, because I just want to throw everything out there, you know, and I'm afraid if I go too deep down one rabbit hole, I'll get stuck there, and I won't be able to explore anything else, which is why I'm rambling. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll settle for short things then. So, I was watching some videos, like I watched like one video where it's like, life is bullshit rant by this guy, and for me, it reminded me a little bit of who I am right now and who I was, you know, just in general, and I watched a few of those where it's like the videos where people kind of like this are just like recording in their natural environment, semi-unfiltered, and just ranting about like their disappointment with life in general. And to me, it struck a chord, but at the same time, it was very funny. It was very, very funny to see people to almost be in the same situation. Not in the same situation. I do have privilege, and I have not certain things, but I am comfortable. I have a comfortable life. And I guess seeing other people who are in the same boat as you, normally I would be like, wow, impactful, it was good. I watched it, I felt like someone is experiencing the same thing I did. But today, for some reason, I was just laughing. I was having a good time. And I don't know, I was just thinking about how, like, we should, all of us who are just sad and stuff, and lonely, should just get up off our asses and do shit, you know? Saying it is, obviously, it's hard to do that. I would know. But to me, the entire situation was just so funny. That so many people are lonely, and yet it seems that even though so many people are lonely, none of us do anything about it or connect with each other. I don't know. It just is what it is. To me, it was just funny. And then I saw another one, and he was just complaining and just frustrated with his life, and didn't have anyone to reach out to. But he, you know, you can see like small things where, you know, you will have a friend who will let you stay at their house, and you're just in the middle of a Walmart parking lot, and you're complaining about needing money, but you don't want to do a job, and like, I don't know. I'm not criticizing anything. What I'm trying to say is just like, it's just funny to see all these things that we want and don't want, and how, you know, it's just, I don't know. Maybe this shows a regression on my part, but you know, I think it was funny. Um, you know, you know, in my so-so day today, it just brought a smile to my face. I don't know why. I think I've done a bad job of articulating why it was funny. Maybe I'll look back on this and be like, wow, you were being just really insensitive and stupid there, but it's okay. Yeah. Anyways, so recently, moving on to a bigger topic that's been in my head. So yesterday I watched Ghostlight, very very good movie. Some of events which I heavily related to my own life and to myself and my experiences. If you want to watch Ghostlight, it's probably playing in theaters right now, near you. And or you can just go and look at, I don't know, reviews or like Letterboxd. The way I got to watch the movie was like through a Letterboxd screening that they do. Apparently, I didn't know. I recently got a Letterboxd. Go on a tangent here right now. I have a Rate Your Music and a Letterboxd, and I haven't rated anything on Rate Your Music yet. I just like to look at it. I know it has a bad rap, but you know, I'm just enjoying it. It's just fun to see people care about things, even if they criticize it or are a little bit pretentious. It's nice to see people care about things. Same thing with Letterboxd, but I haven't written any reviews. I just rate the movies to remind myself of what I think of the movies, and I got this recently. It would actually be interesting and a nice tangent to see what I rated some movies. So I only rated the films that like I remember and are kind of relevant to what's going on right now. So it's like going in my head. I forgot my username. Sorry. Letterboxd. Okay, there's my username. And then okay. Nice. Okay. Let's see what films I have reviewed. Oh, okay. So my watch list currently is Over the Garden Wall, which I don't know. It has a very high rating. Very high rating. And the first popular review is that the frog has a lot of names. I don't know what that means. Never seen Over the Garden Wall, but it looks like cool animation. Then I have The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which people like it, maybe. I don't know. A lot of people have seen it. It does have Ezra Miller, and he is truly one of the guys. He is he really is he is really just, you know, if you know, you know. He is as the I'll just say anyway. He is a bit sus. He is a bit sus for sure. It is Emma Watson in it though. Love Emma Watson. And yeah, I have that on my watch list. I have Fleabag. Apparently, Andrew Scott says stop watching Fleabag, but you know, maybe, I don't know. I'll watch Fleabag. And then After Sun. Mescal is in it. Paul Mescal, if that's how you say his name, was in Normal People. Love the guy. Gonna watch that movie. Excellent. It also has good ratings. Fleabag. The ratings are... they love Fleabag. People love Fleabag. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's go to films I've rated. I rated Back to the Future 4 stars. It was a good movie. I liked Jim Carrey in it. I also liked Emma Thompson in it. Good stuff. It's a classic. What can I say? 4 stars. The Princess Bride, also 4 stars. The front half of the movie, classic. The middle part, when the guy can't walk because he's been tortured, I kind of forget that part. I'm pretty sure there's characters who help him, but I completely forgot who they are. And then the last part of the movie, also classic. A classic movie. 4 stars. Dead Poet Society, a classic. I gave it 4.5 stars. I enjoyed that one. It was moving. Yeah, it was for sure moving. I gave When Harry Met Sally 4 stars. That I watched pretty recently than all these other ones. These 3 films, the 3 films I just talked about, all classics. Watched them a while ago, but they left a strong impression on me, which is why I rated them highly. When Harry Met Sally, it was just fun, so 8 stars. 4 stars. Silence of the Lambs, I give 3.5 stars. Yeah, what do you know? It was an influential film, but I enjoyed it as well. It was just, I don't know. It could have aged better. A movie in the same genre that has aged well. 7. 4 stars. I could see the plot twist at the end. It was cool. Kevin Spacey gave off like, I don't know, a Batman villain vibes. I don't know. Yeah, it was cool. Ghost in the Shell, 4 stars. The animation, fantastic. The story was fine. I could definitely rewatch it. Perfect Blue, on the other hand, I gave it 3.5 stars. I know. Let's see what people thought about Perfect Blue. Oh man, people love Perfect Blue, and I gave it 3.5. Wow. I'm disappointed in myself. What can I say? I didn't really like it too much. Mononoke, Princess Mononoke, 4.5 stars. Animation, wonderful. Classic Ghibli film, my favorite. I wanted to cosplay San. Is that how you say it? Is it San or San? Don't know. Don't really care. Should probably correct that. I like Princess Mononoke. It's been a while since I've seen it though. Memento, 4 stars. Also saw the one recently. Pretty good. Liked it. Like Christopher Nolan. You know, what can I say? His brother writes a mean story. Spirited Away, 4 stars as well. It's also a Ghibli classic. Not as good as Princess Mononoke, but still good. Ratatouille. Ratatouille, 4 stars. I mean, what can I say? It's Ratatouille, man. Kung Fu Panda, I gave 3.5. Well, is Kung Fu Panda, the first one, on the same level as Perfect Blue? I would say Kung Fu Panda is more enjoyable to watch for sure. It's also a classic, a true classic. Jack Black in true peak Jack Black form. And Tai Lung, one of the best villains. Escaping from the prison scene. Oh my god, wonderful. The Dark Knight, wow, 4.5. Ledger does great. Just fantastic. Inglourious Bastards. I mean, it was a fun film. 3.5. Not that much meaning to it. Fantastic Mr. Fox, though. Wow. Just a fantastic film. A truly a plane movie. It's always on the plane. I always watch it on the plane. Just a great film. And I only watch it on the plane. Actually, yeah. I don't think I've actually seen Fantastic Mr. Fox outside of the context of being on a plane. Inception, 4.5. Wow. Masterpiece of a film. Didn't give it 5 though, but still. Maybe when I rewatch it, I'll give it a 5. Honestly, just maybe it's a little bit too sad. Or, yeah, I don't know. Django, 3.5. Then Tarantino, you know, he loves his stuff. It's just a film. It was fine. Grand Budapest, Wes Anderson. Lovely, 4 stars. Inside Out 2 came out recently, and apparently people really like Inside Out. I gave it 3.5. I haven't seen it very recently, but I remember it made me cry. It was a good movie. When is the elephant's name Bing Bong when he dies? Heartbreaking, truly heartbreaking. Get Out, 3.5. Yeah, it was okay. I'm pretty sure I rated Nope the same. Yes, I did. Nope, I didn't get. Kind of. It was fine. I personally am not good enough of a critic to see the brilliance. Now Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 4.5 stars and a like as well. Wow, just a masterpiece of a film. Truly, truly wonderful. Knives Out, 4 stars. Knives Out, great movie. Love Chris Evans in that movie. And Glass Onion was okay. I didn't care for it. Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. What can you say? Little Women, 4.5 stars. Oh man. Saoirse Ronan. Truly a fantastic film. Normal People. You already know my opinion on this. 5 stars. Excellent show. Excellent show. Don't Look Up. I gave it 1.5 stars. It's a bad film. What are people rating it? 3 stars. It's dog shit. Horrible, horrible film. Just trash. It just tries to beat you over the head with its concept. Not a good film. Batman, 4 stars. Good film. Like Pattinson in it. It's just a Batman film. Done well. Good. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, 4.5 stars. Truly a wonderful, wonderful film. Yeah. Very personal. Could relate heavily. Just a fantastic film. Yeah. Top Gun Maverick. I would have loved to rate this lower, but, you know, what can I say? 4 stars. It was good. It was a captivating experience. Truly nice. Bullet Train, I gave 3.5 stars. Dude, it was a fun movie. It was a fun movie, okay? It was a fun movie. The Menu, I gave 3 stars. Yeah. It was just fine. It was just fine. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, 4 stars. Yeah, it was a great film. Past Lives, also gave 4 stars. Okay, little side note, on Letterboxd, they give like the Finding Frances episode from Nathan For You, like the most insanely high score. They think it's like one of the best examples of romance in film ever. Don't know. It is what it is. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, or is it? Yes, Across, and the next one is Beyond. Can't wait for that film. I saw it in theaters with some buddies. Oh my god, a fantastic movie. Was captivated from the first scene. Truly excellent. Almost would get 5 stars, but it doesn't really stand on. Well, it does stand on its own as a film. It's just, it's the second part of a trilogy. You want to see the whole trilogy, you know? simply wonderful. If the last movie is great, the last movie will get 5 stars for sure, for me at least. Barbie, 3 stars. It was good, but you know, I didn't care for it that much. It was funny. It was funny for sure, but you know, it is what it is. Wow. My also very low rated film, Saltburn. Wow. I don't know. It has more to do with personal distaste, maybe, than that film itself. It's just, wow. Just a painful, painful film to watch. Truly disgusting. 1.5 stars. Yeah. Listen, the film as a you know, the cinematography is fine. What the film is trying to say, what is happening? Listen, if it was a badly shot, if the actors did a bad job, let me tell you, it would be getting 0 stars. But the fact that just the feeling of watching the movie brings it down so much. Yeah. Yeah, what can I say? I saw the TV glow. 3.5 stars. It was... I didn't know how to feel at the end of it. This I watched more recently, so I have more of a fleshed out opinion. It was a decent film. Although I think the target audience, I think some people can relate to it more than others, for sure. And I don't think that I am particularly part of the target audience. But it was very, very moving, for sure. 3.5 stars. What is this? Oh, Ghostlight. 4.5 stars. It was really good. At the beginning, I was sucked out of it a little bit, because, you know, for some movies, everything is idealized, you know? I don't think in any of these movies, like, the people are normal. Or, like, just, yeah, what you think of as standard normal people. Even the TV show Normal People, everyone in the show is, like, just, like, the pinnacle of, like, in terms of, like, attractive, slim, like, you know, everyone is just built and, you know, wonderful. But it was, yeah, no, it was a film truly about a normal family. And the circumstances might not be so normal, but yeah, I think it's a story that is very powerful. Dune Part 2, I gave 5 stars. I think I'm gonna lower that. I don't think it's perfect. I do not think it's perfect. I will lower that right away. 4.5. 4.5. Don't get me wrong, it was a wonderful film. Denny did very well on that movie. Man, the Lisan Al Gaib, he's doing good things. He's doing good things out there. No, he's not. That's the whole point of the movie. But still, it was a good movie. Furiosa, 3.5. Yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea. I could see why people would like it, though. I could see why people would like it. People did a good job in it. I don't know. Planet of the Apes, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, 3. No, I actually gave it 2.5. I didn't like it. It was okay. It was okay. And that's about it. Yeah. I've been yapping. And I feel a little bit tired yapping. So now I gotta slow down a little bit. Anyway, I don't even know why I went on that tangent. It was because I was talking about Ghostlight, which I saw yesterday. Yeah, That's it. Okay. Basically, I watched Ghostlight yesterday, and it made me think about my art and how I felt very moved by film and by music and animation and TV shows. And for me, I'm moved by the story. Really, really moved by the story. And I guess in the more traditional arts, like painting, drawing, ceramics, etc., I haven't felt that same captivation, I guess. Whenever it comes to more traditional art forms, I'm more captivated to the beauty of the object, or the beauty of the art itself, or the technique, or the mastery of technique, or the stylization. When it comes to the actual feeling or any sort of emotion, I don't feel anything. Maybe that's the art just that I'm looking at or consuming, but for me, the art, other than the mastery of the craft and the beauty or the skill or the personal, my personal like for the style, I feel that all of the art is quite useless. Versus all the movies and TV shows and music that I've listened to recently, which connect with me at a more personal level. And I think ultimately art should try and be meaningful, but I haven't found any traditional art that I find any personal meaning in. I am more attracted to that sense of mastery and skill and beauty. Not to say that films and music and shows and animation are not beautiful. It's just to say that the art that I find myself pushing towards, as in for my own practice, I find now that I find it to be lacking in a certain area, and I struggle with how to fix that, I guess. Because I feel art should instill an emotional reaction. You know, when you see a piece of art, it should move you in some way, if it's good. Whether that be a good moving or bad is obviously up to your personal opinion, but I just believe, art you should feel something. And art should be beautiful. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, of course, but to me it should be beautiful and it should mean something. And the intention of the artist always means something. With movies, I can at least see the artist's intention through the story and through the cinematography, through the music, through the masterful work of the actors or the animators. It just feels like that particular medium is more meaningful than the medium that I personally find myself doing, which is a little bit disheartening to me. Obviously, the solution could be just to drop it and just switch to a different medium, but I also feel that I'm selling 2D art or traditional arts short. And I wonder if the purpose of, let's say, a painting and a film, if the purpose is the same, which one is better at portraying that purpose? The purpose is to tell a story. I think the film medium would be much better. And because I love stories, I find myself gravitating to those mediums of film and books and music, which I find myself to have very little skill in. Well, some skill in writing, but I am a little bit unsure in my position in regards to art right now. I would like to, when I attend college, to, after this summer, I feel like I'll be more comfortable in exploring what it means to be creative. But right now, I'm struggling a little bit with motivation in regards to art, because I feel now my art is in the wrong medium. And if it is in the wrong medium, I find myself struggling how to switch. And yeah, that's essentially how I feel right now. So for the future, that's the question that I'm thinking about right now. And that's the big question for me right now. I'll continue to listen to music, to watch films, to look at art, but I don't know. I do not know. I also think, as a result of my reflections on this subject, that I feel personally, even though I deeply value aesthetic beauty, that aesthetic beauty is a trap. You can find beauty in many things. And if beauty is, you find beauty aesthetically, and it is only aesthetic and for aesthetic's sake, there's no meaning, it is selling you a lie. It is not selling you a lie, but is trying to sell you a lifestyle. It is trying to sell you a beauty standard. And that can be damaging. Whereas beauty that is found in stories, in meaning, can do the same for sure. A story can definitely sell you a standard of an ideal of beauty, not in the sense of aesthetics anymore, but is in the sense of a beautiful life, what it means to live a beautiful life, and what beautiful actions are. But I feel like a story is more able to shed aesthetics aside in favor of a more meaningful existence. And I for sure think in our society, in our present society, at least in certain circles, aesthetics is put way too high. That sentence makes no sense. I think it makes sense, but in grammar it doesn't make sense. People put aesthetics on a pedestal above things that should be above it. Yeah. Like, for example, in the film Ghostlight, after watching it, it's such a beautiful movie, and the people in it are truly, yeah, I would say the people in it are beautiful as well. I know I'm using this term very liberally, but I think if you look at the people in Ghostlight, you know, it's not meant to be. The people chosen for the roles were not chosen for their aesthetics. They were chosen because they could play the part well. And I think that is what we lose in art nowadays. Yeah. When people want someone to play an old person, they will pick like the most aesthetic old person they can find. And this is not necessarily to say that these people are like particularly attractive or like in any way. But when they want someone to play an old person, or they want someone to play a daughter or a fighting married couple, they will pick like people who are aesthetic, who, well, sometimes people will pick like big names and big faces to fill the roles. But they also might pick people that lift up these horrible situations to an unrealistic standard. They romanticize to romanticize ugly moments with aesthetic people. And you see this everywhere, just in general. The romanticizing of ugly things. And by ugly, I mean things that are difficult to talk about, difficult to experience. And honestly, those things should be embraced for their ugliness and not romanticized. And by placing aesthetic actors in those roles, or people that may not be suited to tackle the subject with brevity, or whose inclusion may be a detriment to the seriousness of the subject. I don't know. This goes for film. I'm talking about it. It makes more sense to think about it in the context of film, but this applies to traditional arts as well. I have this quote, because right now I'm very into portraiture. There's this quote by Edward Burne-Jones, and he says, "The only expression allowable in great portraiture is the expression of character and moral quality, not anything temporary, fleeting, or accidental." And to a certain extent, I agree. I agree that portraiture should capture something intangible and meaningful about your subject, which is very hard to do. But I think that portraiture in itself is a capturing of a moment in time, in the same way that portraiture in photography is a capturing of a moment in time. It is in portraiture is in essence a still life of a temporary and fleeting moment. So I disagree with him a little bit about that. But I also disagree with him that a portrait should always show moral quality. Portraits are supposed to be realistic. And the point of each line and each stroke of the brush, the point of the angle of the camera, the point of the backdrop should not be to elevate the subject. It should be to show a fundamental truth of the subject, to show meaning. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely went on a tangent. I'm not sure anything I said made any sense. But what can I say? I've also been looking up how to get better at art. And obviously practicing every day is very important. But I'll compare it to one of my other hobbies, climbing. When I climb, I can feel myself physically getting better. There's been a boulder problem that I've been struggling on for like about a week or week and a half. And recently I got onto it. I felt very strong. I felt fluid as I climbed. And this problem, which had given me so much struggle, I now felt I could do it easily and with great skill and purpose. I can clearly see improvement. With my art, it's up and down. There are days where I feel very good, my art looks good, my eye is trained, my hand feels, you know, the pen feels good in the hand. And then some days it will not, for no particular reason that I can seem to discern. And with bouldering, I guess some days you feel a little more tired and you just understand you need to give yourself more rest. And, the body needs to rest. But in my drawing, it just is more hard to understand what I have to do to get better. With bouldering, it's just go boulder, do hangboarding, and rest, and stretch. If you can't do a move, practice it over and over again. Let's say with drawing, a simplified version of feet. I don't know if any of you have tried to draw a simplified version of feet, but when you're figure drawing, it's pretty much like a top curved line for the toe ridge, then the arch, the swoop of the heel, and then the top of the foot, and then the slope into the ankle. It's literally 5 lines, and yet I cannot seem to draw a foot that looks correct for the life of me. it is truly horrible. I think I achieved it one time, and I was never able to replicate it ever again. And in that sense, it's very frustrating. Like, you can draw, I don't know, 30 feet. 2 of them will seem correct, but you will not know how to replicate them. And it will usually be like, I don't know, the 12th foot looks really good. And then you'll have like, I don't know, 15 really bad feet, and then the 27th will look good. It's like, why do those in particular look good? Usually, your attempts get better and better because you learn, but you get more and more tired. So it's like, in climbing, you know when your best attempts will happen, usually. Usually your best attempt, if you already know the route, is at the beginning, and then slightly after the beginning as well, and then like a couple before you're very tired, because that's when you can give it your all and you know the route. But in drawing, it just seems like relative to the day, to like little mood changes, little, I guess, inaccuracies in the hand. My hand doesn't always, I'm not always telling my hand what to do. I kind of just let it move. And maybe I should think about every single stroke, but then I feel like I lose skill. It's a huge problem for me right now. And people say, just draw, just draw, just draw. It's really hard to draw when, you know, everything you make just looks bad. Yeah, of course I want to be good at something. You know? It's hard to look at the work you make and be disappointed every single day, pretty much. And think, I have no skill. I have nothing here. My peers are so much better than me. And their eyes light up when they talk about their work. My eyes don't light up when I talk about my work, compared to when I read a good book or watch a good movie, or finish a good show, or see a particularly amazing piece of animation. I don't know. And even with bouldering, I've been doing it for a while, the spark is still there. I still love going into the gym. I always, it's been lessening for sure, but the spark is still there, and I just really want to maintain it. For drawing, I don't even know if I ever had that. It's strange, for sure. And you can't rely on motivation at all. You have to rely on diligence and grit, obviously. But it's really nice, at least for me personally, it depends so much on what I'm feeling in my environment to have that spark of joy when I do something. And I haven't been finding it recently. Or I can't remember even a time where I did have that spark. I can't even draw like doodles for fun anymore because I'll get angry that I didn't get the proportions right, or I'm not expressing anything meaningful with the doodle, or that I rushed it and I'm too sloppy. Like, why are you having these thoughts about just doodles? Like, I don't even know what it means to draw for fun anymore. Don't get me wrong, I like drawing. But, I don't know. That's it for me, I guess. Do something you like to do. Not in general, but like, just do something you like to do. It's very good. It's very good.